Yo everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Just so you guys know, my chats are over here. So if I'm looking over, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just looking at chat. As always, I have my Maschine MK3 with me. So today, I don't have a whole lot planned. We're just going to make some beats on the Maschine MK3 and have fun. But I did want to talk about a little something first, and that is called beatblock. So for those of you who don't know what beatblock is, you've probably heard of writer's block, right? Where a writer will sit down, try and write something, and they just can't think of anything, like right off the top of their head. So they just kind of got to work through it and beat the writer's block until eventually they have a breakthrough, and then that will lead to more breakthroughs. And it's kind of the same with beatblock, right? I find I'm going through a beatblock spell right now just because I've been doing things the same for so long that ideas start to kind of feel stale. I don't know if you guys have ever had that occur, but sometimes the ideas just feel a little stale, and then I need to go back to the Maschine MK3, kind of mix things up, and then I can break through that wall and then start making beats I enjoy again. So that's what I thought we could do today, and I'm going to show you guys the main things I'll do on the Maschine MK3 to, just get some ideas and finally work some things through and, eventually get through some beat blocks. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to switch the camera angle here. So now you guys should be able to see my screen, which is good. I'm pulling up my chats here, so that's perfect. I can see chat. I can see the screen. So first thing we're going to do is just go into browser here. And now I can look through all the different instruments. You can't necessarily see my Maschine MK3 as I'm scrolling here, which is kind of unfortunate because I wish I had another camera that I could just pan over and show you what I'm doing with my hands. But unfortunately, I don't have that. But if you look here, you'll see we're on the instrument tab here. So I'm just scrolling through the instruments, and you can see as I'm going which contact instrument I'm in. Because as you know, most likely if you watch this channel, the Maschine MK3 is connected to all the contact instruments. So my entire library is on the Maschine MK3. I don't need to touch my mouse, but just for today's purposes, on the screen, you can see which contact instrument I'm going with. So actually today, I thought would be a cool idea is going with this hybrid keys instrument here. And then what I can do is scroll through. Oops, sorry, my bad. I went on the wrong knob there. There we go. And then I can scroll through. And then it will preview all the sounds for me. I'm sure if you're watching this live stream and have watched my videos before, you'll know that. But just for anyone just tuning in. So I'm looking for a nice keys sound. So another thing you can do is if you're looking for a specific sound, there's types of sound here. So you can just click on this and now it will just show me piano and keys sound. I kind of like this piano sound. So we can load that up. And I thought today what would be kind of fun is if we use the chord function on this thing to start a beat. So as you can see on the Maschine MK3 here, there's this chord function. You see that right there? So what I want to do is I'll just click chords right here. And now it'll play the chords. You can see on the piano roll here. But I don't want to just play like the, I think it's called chromatic. So it's just kind of moving up for me. What I want to do is I want to go into major or minor. So let's go into major for now. You know what? Let's go to minor. There we go. And then I'll move the octave down. So that sounds kind of cool, but what you can also do is change the type here. So if you want, you could just kind of go with the power chord, like that 1 and 5. Which I kind of like because then it gives a little more room for like say a lead or something, because it's not taking up as much room as if the third was in there. So this is one way I can just kind of get over beat block, because it makes the chords for me. You still have some like say in what is happening, as you can see, because we choose like major or minor, we can choose like the orientation of the chord just playing the 1 and 5, but that is something that helps me. So I like that sound, except it is a tad bit bland. So what I'll do is I'll open up the thermal VST, and then we'll put some just extra sauce on this, and we'll see how it sounds after. So I think lo-fi might sound kind of cool on this. Let's see. What about this? A little too much there. That's kind of cool. That sounds cool, but I need to turn down the drive a little bit, so. Maybe the noise, maybe? Yeah, that sounds cool. I really like the sound of that. I think that sounds super sweet. So I'll just tap the metronome here. So for those of you that don't know, there is a function called the metronome here, and it's the tap. So then if you know the BPM that you're wanting to record at in your head, you can just tap the metronome here. Just like that, and then it should come up with the BPM that you want, but actually maybe a little bit faster for this one. Yeah, like maybe like 98 BPM. That looks about right. So then you just click this. All right, that's sounding pretty good. So now, if you want to record, just shift quantize. Now when we listen back, yeah. I really like that. You know what I'm going to do now, actually, is let's bounce this in place, actually. I think let's turn this into a sample. So we'll actually convert this right away into a sample, and then there's just more manipulation we can do with it. So there we go. Now what we can do is go to sampling here, and then we'll edit it. Let's go to sampling, sound, sampling, edit. There we are. You know what, actually, we can keep it MIDI for now. All right, then, no, we'll keep it. Yeah. Oh, you know what we can do here? Is let's edit. And then what we can do is reverse some of them. So we'll go like that. And then apply. Yeah, that sounds cool. And then we'll reverse it. Sweet. And then, you know what? Let's duplicate this. Move it over to this pad. Let's go to sampling, edit. No undo for bounce, yeah. Learned that the hard way. So you know what? Here, let's just redo that. There we go. So we'll go back to chord mode. There we go. Go back. Output thermal. There we are. Go to lo-fi here. Gotta remember the one. Turn that to about half. There we go. Version 3.1. It's true. Like, for the update was absolutely devastating for this, but it is what it is. So I could talk more about the updates I want, but unfortunately, like Billy Bart Cody is saying, unfortunately, that probably won't be till 2029. So we'll re-record this. There we go. Let's get back to piano roll. Perfect. Quantize that quickly. And now what I'm going to do is add another group. And I think it would be cool to add... Should I add a Monarch lead? I think that might be cool. Synth lead. No, I'll stay away from Monarch. We'll go with Glaze here. There's a preset I like. I have it favorited. Yeah, I like this cactus preset. Here. Go. I like that. This beat sounds a little bit lo-fi. I like it. There we go. Let's try and run that. Oops. Quickly undo that. Dang it, made this a mistake. One sec. Three, four. There we go. Let's run that back. Sweet. All right, I think that's sounding pretty cool for now. So, yeah, that sounds almost like a little bit like Japanese lo-fi inspired. So I'm really liking that so far, but I want to make it honestly sound like big and loud. Linkin Park does a lot of that. Like their beats start off like super quiet, and then eventually they go into like a raging chorus, which I really like. So I think like maybe starting off with like a synth bass for the verse would be cool, and then from that going into an 808 for the chorus would be sick. If I think that's a cool idea. If you guys have any more ideas, let me know in chat. But there we go. Let's see what will have the best. You know what, here, let's go with bass synth. Let's see. I think Massive will have the best bass synths. So, or bowed strings. I know I'm getting distracted here, but a bowed string might sound cool. Oops. I like that. There we go. Let's just... I think we'll just have to turn that down a little bit. It's pretty loud. That sounds cool. Here, let's try something. Turn it up, actually, yeah. That sounds cool. I like that. We'll record that. What if I change this last note here to like... That might sound cool. Here, let's listen to that. All right, now it's time to add some drums. So what I usually do here is, if you watch my content, you'll know I love butch big drums. So what I'll do is I'll just put some in, and I'll change them later, but they have some good loops that I can use just as like kind of like a point of reference. Thank you for the fire emoji, Noran. I believe that's your name. I'm dyslexic, so I can't read for anything, but I believe that's your name. Thanks for the fire emoji. So I'll put in, like that sounds like a good kit. Or actually, I think this might be a good kit. This down baby kit. So then what I can do is go to keyboard mode and then what I'll do is I'll just click on here. And they have a lot of patterns you can use. So that's pretty slow. So what I'll do is go 2 times. Pronounced it right. Okay, good. First try. Perfect. There you go. So then I'll just use this in place. So you can see too that they have all of these kind of laid outs for your song. So I don't usually do this throughout the whole song. I'll usually put this in as a filler, and then you can even go edit it if you want. I believe you can even like drag this in if the piano rolls in. Yeah, you can. So then what I'll do is I'll drag this in, and then I'll kind of change things as I go, maybe record more. But then in the meantime, this is what it sounds like. Right, so that's pretty cool. But then what we'll probably want to do is kind of edit it a little bit. So then like what you can do is just obviously go like that, right? And then from there, what I believe this is the crash. Yeah. So we're not going to want that the whole time. So then what we can do is just copy it like that. So I just copy it right there. We can go on to 2 and then paste it. And now when we listen back. Yeah. And then see how good that sounds. It sounds so sweet. So then another thing that we can do here is kind of go into the kit and change things as we want. So there's a volume knob here. So we'll definitely want to like turn that snare down, obviously, because it is so freaking loud. So that crash there, you just click on it and then you turn this down, just because like it is ringing in my headphones. So I'm sorry if you guys are wearing headphones as well, but yeah. There we go. So you see they have some pretty cool sounds here. So another thing that we can do as well is this is like a pattern 1, right? So that's pretty sweet. So that could be used for like, say a verse or something. I believe it is even the verse 1 preset. But now what we can do is like create a pattern 2 here. And now we'll have the same drums here, except none of the MIDI information. So that's cool, because then that opens up something new for us. So then we can go to a pattern here. And then what does the chorus sound like? So that sounds interesting. Click on that. Interesting. So what is the bridge? I like that bridge actually. So we can run with this bridge preset here. And then maybe this would be better for like the verse, and then the pattern 1 can be used as the chorus. So then you can see I'll drag this in here. And now when we play it back, but then same as before, what I'm going to do is go drag this out to 3 here. And then what I'll do is I'll copy and paste all of this. So Command C, sorry, my keyboard is just over there. So if you see me reaching over there, that is why. And then I can copy and paste this here. And then I'll get rid of this like kind of like, not break beat, I don't want to say, but like the filler there. So then when we click playback, And then, but then for like a chorus, it'll sound way bigger, like. Yeah, that sounds sweet. So now moving on, we can go to the E group here. And now I do want to add that synth bass. So what I'll do is I'll go to browser, and definitely Massive will have the best synth basses. So I'm going to go from there. Honestly, this might sound cool. That sounds cool, except we do have to add some effects to it to make it just sound a little more synth bassy. It sounds cool right now, but not exactly ideal. So now I'll turn on this thermal preset here. There we are. Maybe honestly lo-fi might sound cool. Kind of stick to the same thing here. Nah, we'll go with bass. Yeah. That sounds really cool. It almost sounds like... You know what? I'm going to solo just these two here. So now it's just... Oops. Undo that and then turn on E here. That sounds kind of cool, but maybe it's just not exactly what I'm looking for. So that's the thing. If you guys get stuck on a sound, I would say don't spend too much time on it. If you thought the idea was cool and it just turned out that it wasn't the exact sound you're going for, just move on. Don't spend too much time on it. That sounds cooler. Yeah. Here we are. That sounds cool. Turn it down a bit in the mixer. Here we are. Let's try this just with pattern 1. So, like, right? So that's the pattern we have going, and then... Let's try that. 2, 3, 4. There we go. So that sounded pretty cool. We'll quantize that and now listen back. You know what? I don't like how I did like that stutter effect there. So let's take these out. So that's the thing with MIDI, you guys, is you can just go back and then you can kind of try some stuff. I like to play more than less, usually when I'm practicing with MIDI notes here. And then I can just take out all the parts I don't like. So now when we listen back. let's hear that with that cactus preset. Yeah, that sounds cool. You know what? Let's raise this note up. There we go. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, that sounded cool. Sounds great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you to the chat for saying that. So you see, like, that's how I'm kind of getting over beatblock, is like, it all started with this. So I'll mute these two things here. But literally what it started with was this piano. For anyone just joining now, this is what I started with. Right? So then, but then I can kind of build off that, right? And then off of that, I make this lead. Right? And then off of that, finally, we eventually end up with is I can take some parts out, and then eventually what we have is something that sounds like this. So that's sounding pretty cool. I'm going to leave the piano off for a bit. And what do you guys in the chat think? Should I rock with like a vocal part, or should I do like another piano? I could even add some guitar. I could pull my guitar out. That does sound like a little bit of work though. So what do you guys think I should add? I'm thinking like a lead until, or not like a lead, but like a lead vocal, like kind of like a vocal chop. If you guys know about Exhale, it is probably one of the best sample library VSTs ever invented. So I rock with Exhale so heavy. And then what I can do is, yeah, let's do like a, I'm trying to think, maybe like a vocoded something. Yo, I kind of like that. That might sound cool for like the beginning of the beat. Let's see. Yeah, let's go here. And then let's go to the engine. I'm trying to think of if I can, yeah. Yo, that might be kind of cool. So like if I go like, if I turn this off and then we record. Here we go. Let's try this out. I have an idea here. Trust the process. So what I'll do is I'll just start with the drums and maybe pattern 2 actually. So then what I can do is go like this and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds cool. So that could be like kind of like a one-off. I'll quantize it for now though. And then let's see how it sounds with pattern 1 and this pattern and the lead, and then we'll see. what VST is that? So this is exhale. So I'll pull it up for you. I'll add another instance of it. I'll mute this one for now, and this time we'll add a different sound, like more of a chop sound. Yeah, so let's run with this. And what it is it's basically like a sample library of vocal chops. It is so OP. It's one of my favorite sample libraries that there is. So there's the slices category, there's the loops, and there's the notes. So if you want, you can go with slices, and that's like one sample that's already pre-chopped for you. But this thing is so powerful. Like, I'll change the key. I believe we're in the key of C minor right now is what we're dealing with. And now when I go to keyboard, everything's in C minor, but let's say I want it to be in A minor. It changes for me. And I think that's what we're in right now. I'm going to turn it down a little bit on the mixer here. So let's try running this back. It's not recording, so I'm just going to kind of mess around for a bit, and then we'll see how it sounds. So maybe it's something like this. What do you guys think? You like it? Next level? Oh, well, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you guys are wondering, I assume you guys have a Maschine MK3 if you're watching this live. But if you don't, there's that note repeat button there. And then I can change like how many stutters it does. So if you guys are wondering, like that's how I get the... yeah, a little more reverb on the vocal chop. That can definitely be done. So what I'll do is I'll go to, you know what, here, I'll go to internal actually, and they have their own reverb. So what I'll do is I'll just go to reverb here, and then I can just click on it, and then I can change the parameters. So like this. You do? Okay, you guys, so everyone watching this has one. I just want to make sure. I never know, especially like on these lives with people just scrolling. So there we go. Oh, right. Sorry. All of the parameters are in here. So reverb time. There we go. Let's run that back. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more because it does sound a little muddy. You know what I might also add as well? I'm going to try putting a chorus on it. It might sound weird, but it also might sound really cool. So yeah, I don't love that. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, I agree. Here we go. Let's run that back. Yeah, that sounds fire. Okay, thank you everybody in chat for recommending some reverb here. That sounds way better. Also, by the way, guys, if you guys are watching on the YouTube Shorts feed, I do have another live going on YouTube at the same time. That is the horizontal format. and it's way better quality, and you can see my entire screen, and you can see my whole desk, and you get a little bit better view of the MK3, like with me in the corner. So if you guys would like to watch the horizontal stream, you can go do that. I have it labeled, like I have my vertical stream just labeled vertical stream at the end. They look the exact same, but the horizontal one is just the one that doesn't say vertical stream. So if you guys want that in a little bit better quality, then you can go to that chat and go check it out. But in the meantime, I'll record this. Yeah, let's try that out. 2, 3, 4. Now, it's actually a mistake there at the end. I didn't mean to do that, but it actually ended up sounding pretty cool. So I might actually keep that. There we go. We'll run back the quantize and now restart it. What about with the riser? Let's see how that sounds. The riser sounds kind of cool just for a little bit of extra volume in my opinion. But instead what I'll do is I'll just cut it in half here. And now I can copy and then paste it right in here. And I think that'll sound better, in my opinion. So now, I'll also just turn it down a bit. Let's try it out with pattern 2 as well. Sweet. All right, that sounded pretty good. So next what we can do is, I think I'll add like a pad sound. I think that might be cool. So what I'll do is I'll just go to browser here. Actually, you know what? We're not going to use a Native Instruments plugin this time. What I'm going to do is actually go to Arturia and then Analog Lab 5. And we'll pull that up. Pulling up third-party VSTs is kind of a pain. I'm going to be honest. It's kind of a pain in this software here, in the Maschine 3.0 software. However, I just need to pull it up because it has so much better like pad sounds than anything in Kontakt, in my opinion. In my opinion. And honestly, someone could probably prove me wrong. There's some pretty good pad sounds in the other, or in the Kontakt library as well. But like something like Tokyo Dream might sound cool. I remember liking this preset. Honestly, like whenever I make music, I just find I'm so impatient that usually the top presets, I'll find like one good preset near the top and I'm like, oh, this one's amazing. And I'll just go with that. And then I don't even scroll to the bottom. I don't know if you guys find that as well, but that's personally my issue. There we go. Yeah, no, so I remember liking this preset, but maybe not this time. I'm looking for something even more atmospheric. So maybe something atmosphere. It's a little too atmospheric. Hey dude, what are you doing? I'm just making a beat, so if you want to hear the beat, this is what it sounds like so far. that's what the beat sounds like so far, and then we're just kind of building off that. So that's what I'm doing for now anyway. Now, go back to Analog Lab 5, and now we'll find a nice pad sound that we can use. Maybe a bright pad. It's a little too much. Go back to... No. A lot of these just have way too much going on. You know what? I'm going to go back to home here. And you know what? Instead of that, let's use some strings. I think that might even sound cooler. So like... I like that, actually. I really like that. Making beats live. Yeah. Honestly, I love making beats live. And I appreciate the follow, but I want to make more beats live because I find that it's really cool when I can get immediate feedback from people in the chat. It's super cool. And I really appreciate you guys watching. Super appreciate it. There we go. It might be cool if we add VST, do thermal. Here we are. Double click this. And then I think let's go on to guitars, angry echoes, turn the rhythm. I really like that sound here. Now I'm going to turn the record off and then I'm just going to mess around. Sorry for pausing it. I think I'm going to do something with that, but I just got a question in chat. How long have I been a producer? So I've been producing music for about, I want to say 3 years now. I've been making music, but I was not taking it seriously at all. Maybe 4 years, but I don't even count like really the first two because that was just when I had Logic Pro X. And then I'd log on or like just pull it up once a month usually and then just kind of mess around, get frustrated, and then quit. But like 2 years ago is when I was like, okay, I kind of want to take this hobby a little more seriously. And it's still a hobby, but it's just something fun that I can do. So, you know, still a hobby, but I just enjoy it a lot and I appreciate you guys cooking with me. So. There we go. I'm going to run this. We'll turn this guy off. And I'll turn this off. And now... Do you guys like that violin sound? I think it sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to run that. Here we are. I'm going to turn the drums off. Or I'll keep the drums on. I'm going to turn the bass off just so I can record. 3, 4. It's glitching out a little bit just because of the CPU usage. The CPU usage for the Maschine MK3 is absolutely insane. So if it's glitching out, that's kind of why. But cool. And if it is glitching out like this, I usually find it's when I use a third-party plugin. What I'll usually do is I'll just go... balance, and then I can balance the Analog Lab 5 MIDI pattern out, and then it will become audio, and then it takes up way less CPU than when I have my third-party plugin on and third-party VST. So that's just a little tidbit of information. And then you see it immediately sounds better. However, I am going to turn it down a little bit in the mixer here. And now I think we have enough things to kind of come up with a concept of a beat here. So I'll turn all of these back on. And what we can do is we can go to the arranger window, and now we can actually make a beat with this thing. So what I mean by that is we'll go to this arranger window here, and then what we can do is go to like this pattern 1 here. And you know what? Actually, what I'll do is for the beginning, I'll have like, it almost start at the drop. So what I'll do is I'll start with this clip 1 here. And I'll include that with that. I really should have named these. I never name like what anything is, and then I get confused and frustrated. So this is the bass, that's the riser, and then that's the chops, okay. Sorry, I see a question in chat here that I'm going to address. How did you start learning to produce? I really want to get into it, but I don't know how to start. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little piece of advice here. If you want to learn to produce, just start. And I know it's like you don't know where to start, but I would say just start. There are so many YouTube videos out there of how to learn. And that's where I really got like stuck when I wanted to learn, was the fact that I just didn't start. And I would watch YouTube videos on it, and then I would kind of get like analysis paralysis, if you've heard of that. And I would just kind of overthink everything, but I wasn't actually spending the time working on making beats. So if you do want to get into it, I don't know if you have a laptop, like a PC or a Windows computer. I would say if you have a MacBook, the perfect DAW for you to start with would be Logic Pro X. They have Unreal, I'm talking Unreal VSTs in there that you can get started with. And there are also a lot of good, it has lifetime updates as well. So you don't have to worry about paying for anything after you've originally paid for it. And if you don't have any money, you can start with GarageBand, which is completely free, which is basically Logic Pro X without any of the, or without some advanced features. But you can essentially do almost everything, unless you're doing really advanced stuff. You can pretty much do everything in the GarageBand VST. So that would be my advice. I'd say just start with GarageBand, and then you can kind of go from there. Just as I'm talking, I'm going to kind of lay this beat out a little bit with things that I think will sound cool. But up until then, there we go. I might also add this as well, and we'll double this up. But yeah, don't get analysis paralysis. Just kind of just start. And guess what? Your beats are going to be bad when you first start. My first beats were terrible. I want to make like a YouTube short or something where I react to like the first beats I ever made, and they are just horrific. So, just start. What can be the harm in starting, right? So here we go. So now we got this intro laid out. There we go, and then I'll pull this back a tad. So actually? That looks fine. That sounds pretty good, but I want to pull this back. There we go. So now when we listen back, and you know what, maybe in the mixer I'll turn the violins down a bit. So now when I restart it, it'll sound like... Yeah, that sounds cool. There we go. And now that can be like kind of the intro to the intro. Or maybe I should just go straight into verse 1. But how we'll do it is this is... And now what I can do is now we'll hit him with the bass. The bass will come in. Oh, and then we need some drums. Oops. The drums are right up here, I believe. Yeah. We'll start with pattern. Or that's... You know what? I'm going to run pattern 1 right at the beginning. And, you know, we'll see how it sounds. And I think this can kind of like be like the intro. And I think that might sound pretty cool. So start with that. We have to throw in the pattern here. Like this, what's this called? Like the vocal chops. We have to throw that in. And then also the lead. So this will be the lead. So duplicate that. So now when we restart, this is like the intro. Oops. Mobby. Can I undo that? Dang it, I can't. I don't know how to get that back, to be honest. But that's fine. What I'll do is I'll just create like a enable loop. What I'll do is I'll just move this over. And now, there we go. So now we have a loop. And now when we restart it... That's sweet. Okay, so that's our intro there. Next, what I want to do is make the verse. So this is where I'm going to use pattern 2. So pattern 2. There we go. There we go. So that'll sound great. Here. We'll keep the bass rolling. So the bass will keep going. And then... We'll, you know what? No, we'll take out the clip there, but we will keep this rolling as well. So we'll double this up. And we'll double that. So there we go. So now we have like the intro to the intro. We have the intro, and then we have this chorus here. So now when we play it back, there we go. There we go, perfect. Sweet, I'll turn this violin up a bit. I don't know if it's a violin, but... Perfect, let's restart that from the beginning. We'll restart that from the beginning. There we go. That sounds pretty good. And then what I think I'll do is I'll copy this. Can I copy it? How do I copy? I'll just use Command C. Can move on to here to 22. There we are. You know what? We'll just create some new clips here. So this will be the verse, and then we want to go into a pre-chorus. So what would sound cool for a pre-chorus? Maybe the drums drop out completely, and then the bass does as well. And then let's go with the pattern. And then we'll also go with like the riser. We'll go with this as well. Double that up. And then, you know what? No, let's double the drums up. We'll double that up, but instead I'll go back to this, like that. Let's see how this sounds. This might sound kind of goofy, but I just want to see how it plays out. There we go. We'll see how this sounds. There we go. Perfect. All right, so let's listen to how this is sounding so far. So we'll go back to the intro. All right, so this definitely has the bones of what could be a completed beat, but I'm getting a little bored, and I don't love laying out the songs in Maschine. I usually will bounce them, all of these out, or just use the I'll turn this off. There's this little thing here that I can just use to convert this to audio and then put it on my desktop. But for now, what we'll do is we'll just save this, and we'll just create a new file. Sure. I'll save that as whatever name that is. And I can come back to that later. Let me know if you guys want me to go back to that beat. But I think it would be fun for now to move on to something new and work on something, I don't know, something fun. I really liked starting with that bass pad last time. But I think what might be fun is starting like a choir. So what I'll do is I'll load the Jacob Collier choir. And now if I open this, let's go with I think that sounds sweet. So like I did before, I just have it on the chord mode there, and now I can go. That sounds sweet. So now I'm going to load an audio unit here. I'm going to use output thermal again, just to give it a little more like oomph. And then go to the default here, vocals. I think it might just be cool to stick on that chord the whole time. That'll sound cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. This isn't on. I'll redo that. Sorry, everyone. Shift. Oops. There we go. Shift, record. There we go. Now let's listen back. Sweet. Let's add another group. I think that the drums would be cool to add to this. So browser, we'll go to Butch Vig drums here. Let's find some drums that would sound cool. I really like this drum kit. It's called the Disruptor. Now let's click on this. And then just like I showed you guys before, it's just a nice way to get some nice drum patterns down. I really like that intro. Let's rock with that. I'm going to drag this in. There we go. And now, when I click replay, go, looking good there. Make this much shorter. Go to 9, there we go. Now I think we need an 808, so we can go to, let's go to Sublab, and they have some nasty 808s. I like this 808 signature too. Let's go to keyboard. That sounds fire. Let's just add some thermal just to give it a little more oomph like before. Sweet. Thermal here. And now we'll go to bass. Let's see. It's a little too much. You know what? I honestly liked it before, so I'll take this off. There we go. There we go. Honestly, I hated that. Sorry, guys. Let's we'll do a synth bass like before. So we can go to browser. Or you know what might be cool? Let's rock with a vintage organ. I'm gonna do like a little lead. Yeah, I think this might sound cool. That sounds cool. I really like that. Let's go with... Now I will actually add output to this thing. And then we can go guitars / keys. And I really like the Angry Echoes preset. Filter down a bit. That sounds cool. I just got to turn it down in the mixer. Yeah, let's run with that. There we go. Quantize that. There we go. Yeah, honestly, people do really be sleeping on Maschine. Honestly. Yeah. No, it's so true. And there's so much stuff you're able to do on it. Like, quickly, I'll just pull up Exhale, and then I can make some insane chops just, like, right away, just like I did on the last beat here. There we go. What I'll do is I'll go, sure, vocoder in. Let's try that. There we go, chords. There we go. Oops, I completely messed up. There you go. Here we are, we'll just quickly record that. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Quantize that, shift quantize. Now we'll open a new group. Now I'll load up Exhale, and I'll load this up. Keyboard. There we go. There we go. Which key is this in? I believe it's C minor. There we go. Let's try that out. You know what? I'm going to go to notes here, and then electro lead. That's cool. Here, let's try that. Yeah, let's run that. Accept. There we are. We'll add some more thermal to this as well. Sweet. Yeah, let's run that. There we go. Sweet. Sounds good. There we go. That sounds good. I want to export this pattern though, and then maybe try chopping it up. I don't know if that would sound cool. There we go. We'll mute this. There we go. Go to pad mode and then mute. There we go. So now if I go to pad 2, what I can do is go to sampling. There we go. Sweet. I might come back to that later, but for now, I'll just stay with the MIDI notes that I have. So right now, I'll go back to pad mode. I'll mute this, unmute that. So now when we listen back, perfect. Now I'll add a synth bass. So what I can do is go to browser here and then go to, I think massive will probably be the best case again for this. So we'll go to not vocoded this time. I like the distorted basses. I really do. So bass distorted. Yeah, that's sick. That might sound cool. Let's see. Let's see how it sounds. It's not bad, but I don't love it. That's so goofy. I have a Maschine Micro MK3. Is that a great idea? Yes, I would say that is a great idea. I started on the Maschine Micro actually, and then I got better and then learned to make stuff like... And I can get my ideas down super easy now. And how I learned was actually on the Maschine Micro. I actually recommend getting the Maschine Micro first because it's kind of a steep learning curve if... I don't know how far you are into production, so I don't want to assume anything. But if you are not that far into your production journey, it's kind of a steep learning curve knowing how to use it all on the Maschine MK3. The only difference really between the Micro and the MK3 is the fact that there isn't a screen on the Micro. So if that really bothers you, if you want to be able to do everything on the Maschine MK3 and never touch your mouse, the Maschine MK3 is definitely the option for you. But even you'll see sometimes I do things on my mouse. I don't really that often. I do more so on stream just so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing, just because I don't have a camera up here kind of showing what I'm doing with my hands. So is it a good idea to start with the Maschine Micro? Yes, I would say it's absolutely a great idea. I would say if you're just learning to start, go with that. However, if you're kind of a seasoned vet, if you had the Micro for a while and you're wanting to upgrade, I would say it's definitely worth it. if you started on Machine, or if you started on MPC, sorry, not Machine. If you started on MPC and you want to get farther along in Machine, then maybe that might be worth it. But, you know, that's just my personal opinion. So let's get back into this. It's a little much. It's a little much. I really like that. Here, let's see how this works. See how this works out. I absolutely love that. Here, let's try and run that. That sounds fire. Okay, I'm just going to turn it down a little bit in the mixer here. But now when we restart it, so now if we're just listening to the bass and the drums here, so I believe this is the drums here. So now if we're just listening to the drums and bass, there we are. It sounds so fire. Let's replay that. Yeah. Sorry, I'll go back to the bass here. I kind of like this one better. I want this one to repeat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete all of this here. And then what I'll do is I'll copy all of this. Copy. And then I'll paste it in here. Oops. There we go. And now when I restart it. Yeah. And then bringing this back into it. That sounds fire. Now I want to add another exhale preset, I think. So I'll go back to browser and we'll go to exhale. I already mentioned this before on stream, so I might be repeating this to some people, but up here you'll see the instrument that I'm scrolling through. I don't have a camera facing here, so you can't see directly onto the Maschine MK3 screen. But if you're wanting to see which instruments I'm scrolling through, they're right here. So what I can do is go to browser and then we'll go back to exhale. It's at the beginning or close to the beginning. They're all in alphabetical order for me. And now what I can do is just scroll through here. And now what I'll do is I'll go with something vocoded again because I like that. Sure, let's run with this preset. There we go, we'll run with that. Oops. There we go. Sweet. There we go. Load up that preset again. There we go. We got to go to the right key though, so we'll change this to C minor again. There we go. We'll see how that sounds. I'll just play around a bit with this. That's not bad, but I think we could come up with something more fun. I like that. It sounds more human. Maybe we should run with that. There you go. We'll see how that sounds. Yeah, that sounds fire. Let's record that. There we go. We'll shift and quantize that. Now let's hear it. Yeah, let's go output. There we go. I'm going to mute this and I'm going to put thermal on it. So actually we'll solo that. So now. Yo, that sounds kind of ridiculous, but I almost like it. I don't know, is that crazy? Here, let's listen to the back. Okay, it's a little bit nuts here. That sounds good. I'm going to take this off. Or actually what I'll do is I'll replace it. So I'll go with internal VSTs and I'll go with reverb. And now let's see how that sounds. Yeah, that sounds better. Now let's listen to this. Yeah, that's sounding sweet. All right, it just keeps getting better, guys. All right, let's make another group. Oh, my dog's here, so I'm petting him if you guys are wondering. Hey, buddy. All right, I'll add another group. Browser. Here we are. I want to use the stacks sampler here. I never really use it. So I think it would be fun to use this instrument. Oh, I have it on the bass. Duh. I was wondering, why is it only bass sounds? That would explain why. Yeah, let's go with synth lead. Sounds kind of nuts, but I kind of like that septune. Yo, I like this. Here we are. Let's try this out. I'm thinking that might be a good idea because then it could kind of like match up with this here. Sorry, wrong instrument. My bad, my bad. It matches up with this. That sounds cool. I like where this is going. I'll say that. So now... Yeah, let's run with that. There we go. Shift. Okay, 4. I kind of messed up there at the end, but we'll see how this sounds. So I'm just going to solo this part. Yeah, that's sounding good. I really like that. It sounds a little weird and glitchy, but it's almost what it's supposed to be. So I don't mind that at all. And then... let's turn this down. Yeah, so going back to like the very beginning of the stream, what I was saying about beatblock, like don't worry necessarily about the first sound that you make. That is where I ran into some huge trouble originally when I was making beats, is I would come up with a sound like this, right? I might hear this in like a reference track that I was doing or something, and then I would make something like this. Sorry, I forgot to turn the bass off, like something like this. There we go, yeah, so something like that, right? It would start with something like that, and then I wouldn't be able to let this go. And then eventually I'd have something like this, right? And it would just sound absolutely ridiculous with this still in here. Right? And it kind of works, but it kind of takes away from what it's supposed to be, right? So then once I actually take this out, then it just sounds so much better, right? So I'm definitely okay with keeping out these two tracks, right? Because that's what we originally started with, right? So we have this, like, we have the choir here, and then we have the organ, I believe this is, yeah. Which sounded all right, but then once we changed it to something like this, it sounds so much better. And now I'll just turn this lead down a little bit. Sorry to someone who said the lead was hurting their ears. It was hurting mine too, so I turned it down. There we go. That's sounding much better. There we go. Now we'll go to group H here. And as you can see on the Maschine MK3, I've now run out of groups. But if you're making it with computer, which you have to with the Maschine MK3, but I'm just saying if you have the Maschine Plus, you can also add more groups here. And no worries, it just starts more groups. But for now, we're good. On group H, I can just click this. And then what I shall do is add some electric guitar. So now I want to use a third-party instrument that we've already used the stream for, but for you guys just tuning in, this is the Analog Lab 5 VST here. And then there's an electric guitar sound that I absolutely love in here. I would usually just play my electric guitar on a track like this and come up with a lead like that. However, because I'm streaming right now, it is much more difficult to set everything up, and I don't want to leave the screen and leave you guys wondering. So it's just easier right now if I do it with the VST. Plus, I assume a lot of you watching don't even have an electric guitar, so this will work out better. And I assume a lot of people have Analog Lab 5, so there we go. And now let's use some built-in presets here. I bet Ice, this is by Native Instruments here. You know what, that's a little bit much, so we're just going to use the classic reverb here. So go to internal and then reverb. Turn it down in the mixer. That's sounding cool. That's sounding cool. There we go. Also, what I think would sound cool is we go to internal again, and this time we add a chorus. It almost sounds like a lead like Ray Shremmerd would have used back in the day. Maybe that's kind of a reach, but in my opinion. There we go. And then flanger. The flanger is a little corny. Never mind, no flanger. There we go. There we go. I'm going to return the record button off, so it's not actually going to record. And now I'm just going to kind of play around with this and see what I can come up with. You know what I might try is I'll go to chord mode. I think that might sound cool. We'll try it out. I don't know. It's something interesting. I don't really use the mod wheel much, so I think it might be a cool experiment. And today's just kind of about trying new things, so we'll see how it goes. There we go. I'm just going to solo that, and then we'll see how it sounds. So, restart. I really like this. I'm really liking this. I'm getting the signal that I'm shouting from my wife, so I'm going to be a little quieter. I have my headphones on, and these are so good, and they almost cancel like all the noise when I have them on, and I usually start quiet, but then I just keep on gradually turning it up, and then I get louder and louder. But I think this sounds pretty cool. Like, this could be a pretty sweet intro to a song. There we go. Honestly, I'm loving the exhale layer, so why not keep it going? We could add another exhale layer here. Or maybe not exhale. Why don't we do something more fun? Let's do something a little more fun. Let's do like a Monarch preset. One of those like really annoying leads. That's cool, but I might already have kind of enough of this sound in the beat, but I have a message here. It's tough producing music in front of an audience. Sounds great, learning something new here. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Honestly, that's one of the reasons I want to start streaming more, is just because it forces me to try out new things. And I find when I'm producing by myself, I kind of fall into the same patterns. I don't know if you guys ever find that, but when I'm producing by myself, like I'll just keep on going back to the same presets and stuff that I'm comfortable with. But once I finish a beat here, and people are watching me, I'm like, okay, got to start a new beat right away. I don't really have time to think. And then I just kind of scroll through the presets, and it's way easier for me to actually come up with new stuff this way. But thank you. I appreciate you saying it sounds good. Cool. So now I'll turn the drums off. Here we are. That's a little much. That's a little much. And you know what? Here. What we can do is let's actually go to stacks. They have some nicer sounds. Nah, I'm not going to go with stacks, actually. We'll keep looking through my instruments here. There's so many instruments that I don't even use that I want to get into more, but they've just like came with a pack or something. I bought like that specific instrument for, or I bought that pack for one instrument, but then it came with like 5, and then I never used the other one. So like this Ethereal Earth preset, I never really use it because it came in a pack, but there's a lot of like great pads in here that can add some like super cool effects. Or even like this vocal. Like, let's see. What does this sound like? It's loading up here. See, like, that's a super cool sound. This would be great for like movie scores and stuff. I think that's how they like advertise this one. I remember, I don't know if you guys on YouTube get all the native instruments like advertisements or whatever, but I remember Ethereal Earth. I've never had a contact instrument advertised that much on my YouTube. It was so annoying. Like every second one, it would be like Ethereal Earth ad, and it was so frustrating. But anyway, let's record this. W Ethereal Earth. Never mind. W Ethereal Earth. Let's get it. There we go. We'll listen to that back. I'm okay with quantizing that 50%, just because, like, it's like a pad, and I don't want it to be absolutely perfect. Like, it's more so there for ambient noise. So what I've been trying to do is quantize my stuff to 100% less than I usually do, because I want to make my music sound a little more human, and I usually kind of make, like, electronic music, so it's going to sound a little more digital anyway, but I kind of want to incorporate some human element into it, especially since I'm using MIDI so much. And I do sample occasionally, especially with the new stem separation update that came in Maschine 3.0. But just for now, you know, just since it's just like this ethereal sound is just there for back, like in the back anyway, I'm going to run with that. Sweet. That sounded pretty good. All right, I'm going to move on from this one as well. I want to, I could kind of lay out the beat. What do you guys say in the chat? I'll check what the chat's saying. Oh, also for you guys watching on YouTube Shorts, I do have a horizontal version of this also on YouTube. I just stream to both. So if you want a better experience, I would go to the horizontal version, and it is a way better experience, and you'll get more out of it. So just so you guys know, I'll let chat decide. Do you guys want me to keep working on this one, or should I move on to something else? Yeah, I'm asking the shorts chat and the horizontal chat, just for you guys that are confused. Move on? Okay. Yeah, I'll move on. Cool. So now I'll go to File here. And then let's go to New, Save. Sure. Sweet. So now saving that. Now we're going to enter a new beat here. So this will be fun. Go to browser. And I think this time we should start with Exhale. We'll go to vocoded again. I've been loving like these vocoded beats we've been making. So much fun. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's run it. Nah, never mind. I changed my mind. Let's see. Back to browser. You know what? I'm just going to go into the XL VST here. I know it's going to be a little easier to find some nice slices or chops. That's a little bit much. Let's go with electro and then lead, maybe? Or heavy, yeah. Yeah, that sounds cool. Let's go like one. Yeah, that's sounding cool. Okay, here we are. Maybe we'll tweak the engine a little bit. Let's try reversing it. I'll reverse this. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, that's sounding sweet. Yeah, that sounded good. All right, let's record that quick. Is the metronome on? There it is. Now it is. Stop it, and now listen back. There we go. Now we'll go back into browser. Want to find a... Or you know what? Let's put down some drums, just like before, on the last couple beats here. So we'll go to Butch Vig drums quickly. Where are they at? There we go. What the heck? I don't know where the drums went. Sorry, guys. Sampled instruments. There we go. Here they are. Sweet. All right, so we'll look through here. Sweet. That might work. Or here we are. Let's see how this sounds. Sweet. So we'll use the same preset as we used before, and then we can switch it up again. Here, let's see how this comes out. There we go. Pause this one. Sweet. Slide this in here. And then that's only 1 bar. Or no, that's 2. Perfect. So then. Yeah, that sounded good. Now we'll go to stacks. Go to stacks. Let's go to bass. There we are. Now we can look through here. That might sound kind of cool. I like that. Yeah, let's. Look through here. That might sound cool. No. Way too fast. Way too fast of a BPM here. Beep. Yeah, let's run with that. There we go. Let's throw some thermal on it though. Make it sound way thicker. Now open it up. Here it is. Here's the plugin. Run bass. Nah, that bass is way too weak. I want to try using this, but we'll definitely have to go back to massive. So massive. Yeah, let's try that. Here we are, let's try that. It's a little much. Go back up to the top. There's some better basses. Yeah, let's record that. Some of that pitch. There we go. Delete that. There we are. Sweet. There we go. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there for the day. So let me know if you guys like the beats that I put down in the chat. I'm getting a little tired here. I'm getting a little bit of brain fog, so I'm going to hop off live for today. But thank you for everyone who joined in. I appreciate it. Had fun making beats with you guys. Thank you for all the suggestion in the comments. Really appreciate it. So see you guys next time, and thanks for joining.